Film. Is it a movie, film, or a film? Is it a movie,
great movie,
or a film?
Fascinating
Is it a movie,
love that movie,
or a film?
Haven't heard of that
Is it a
film.
movie,
It's my favorite
or a
movie.
film?
I'm a bit of a cinephile.
Yo, MFers, let's shine bright like diamonds on this episode of Movie.
Film. It's a podcast where we pick a flick and decide if it's a movie or a film.
Yeah.
I'm Nate, and when was the last time the world wasn't falling apart, huh?
And I'm Terrill. And when making a business decision, the only color that matters is green. He got game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I saw you
Yeah.
Let me just
Yeah, I didn't know it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have guessed it.
Yeah. Yours?
Blood Diamond.
Blood Diamond. Nice one.
Yeah, we're talking Uncut Gems today.
Yes, we are.
But first,
Jewelry.
let's just have a more general Adam Sandler discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got him ranked this time. You got rankings?
I don't have mine ranked. I just have
you got
5.
a batch of 5?
Yeah, 5.
Now, do you have Adam Sandler performances or Adam Sandler movies?
I have Adam Sandler movies, like just the whole thing.
My 5 is the same. The order is just different.
For performances in movies?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Well, there's some movies that I think have better Adam Sandler performances, but I like the movies that have I don't know. It's just the order's different, but if we're not doing them in order anyway. I got Hotel Transylvania as my number 5.
Really?
Yeah. Got just his voice.
Forgot. He's Dracula, right?
He's Drac, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
It's the whole gang, like the whole grown-ups gang. His revolving door of friends he gets to be in his movies. But I think it works best in animated form. That they're very silly and cartoonish anyway. And I think Hotel Transylvania was a great vehicle for that. And I love the new take on the monster lore. And I like the direction by Gennady Tarkovsky. I don't know his name. Dude that made Samurai Jack.
Right.
And I like the first Hotel. Well, I like all the Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah,
the first, 3. Yeah, the first is definitely the best. It's not the most consistent franchise. But yeah, that's my number 5. What do you got?
Man, there's so many. Okay, my first one's gonna be Don't Mess with the Zohan. They played hacky sack with a cat. I don't know why that's so funny to me. I mean, the whole movie is really funny, but I remember me and my friends, we walked to the movie theater and we wanted to go see the Incredible Hulk one, the Edward Norton one. And I think it was like either we missed the time where it was sold out, so we went to go see Don't Mess with the Zohan, and we were in there cracking up.
Yeah, I see how that's like your style. Like it's got like kind of a Stephen Chow vibe.
Very
to the comedy.
Outlandish.
Yeah. My number 4 is probably the Sandler movie I've seen the most. I own it on DVD. Grew up with it. It's, I think, his first. And it was directed by Tamara Davis, who did Half Baked, we've talked about recently. Yeah. Is Billy Madison. It's a grown-ass man going back to school, starting at kindergarten. He plays just this complete buffoon, drunkard, rich kid who has to win daddy's approval. Farley's great in it. Rest in peace to Chris Farley.
Rest in peace.
It's like not his normal, well, I guess Buscemi's in it, and he pops up in a lot of Sandler's movies, but it's more like Norm Macdonald over like David Spade, which is where my preferences lie. And that's my favorite of the live action Sandler comedy vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holds a fond place in my heart.
When was the first time you saw that movie? Like, were you like really young?
Oh yeah, I was too young.
Okay.
I was real disappointed when the striptease scene ended. When it ended, I was like, "Come on, Billy, study more so I can see real boobs." But he didn't know the Spanish Armada.
Right. All right. So next I have 50 First Dates. Yeah, really sweet one. Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler have like great chemistry together.
Yeah, that's the one. Actually, no, probably Wedding Singer. I was going to say that's the one where I think their chemistry is best, but I disagree with the statement I was about to make. Also, I didn't see Blended, so I don't know. Maybe that one's great.
Yeah, I didn't see Blended
I'd be surprised, though.
Well, these are 3 movies together.
Yeah.
Okay, they're a team. But yeah, it's just a really sweet movie that made me cry at the end.
Is it sweet?
It is. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while, so there might be like I don't know like what the problems are with it now, but like just like the idea.
It's like gaslighting the movie.
A man being like, "Hey, I'll start every day over with you for you because I love you."
Yeah.
And then at the end, like they have a kid, and she has to wake up and watch a video and like start her life over every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 50 First Dates.
51st.
Okay, here's my number 3 and my number 2 switch depending on if it's performance or movie. But if we're doing movie, I'm going to pick my number 3 as today's one is Uncut Gems.
Nice.
It would have been higher if we were ranking by performances. I feel like I can't talk about it without also talking about my number 2, so I'm just going to do that.
Okay, go ahead.
I was between Uncut Gems and Punch Drunk Love.
Okay.
I really feel like Uncut Gems is like standing on the shoulders of Punch Drunk Love. They both are very anxiety producing and it's similar but different. I don't think Uncut Gems would exist without Punch Drunk Love.
Right.
But and the performance in Gems is more complex, but maybe just because I've lived with Punch Drunk Love longer, I'm more fond of that. I mean, we'll talk more about Gems.
Yeah. We will. Yeah, Punch Drunk Love is a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I saw that not too long ago. When did we watch that? Like last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it briefly on one of these episodes.
Yeah, and then I was just like, I was just surprised by the tone of the movie. Because it's very rare you see Adam Sandler in a movie like that.
I like it when he works with...
It's funny, but it's not like comedy forward, like comedy in your face, you know what I mean?
No.
It's not a spoof or anything. Like, it's like him being serious.
Yeah.
And like the situation kind of being funny.
I think you might say on this podcast that it's a film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it when Sandler is out of his comfort zone.
Yeah. Because he does really well.
Yeah. But he's definitely lazy and likes money.
Yeah.
Lazy. He's successful. His comedies are successful, if not good. In my opinion.
He's I was going to say something. Never mind. Next. What do I have next? Oh, Waterboy.
Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher. That's a good one. Him and Kathy Bates.
Is it a good... I feel like... I was looking back at the list and...
I'm going
Bill Madison has his problems,
off of memory and nostalgia because I haven't watched any of these movies in a while. But I just remember really liking Waterboy.
Okay.
You know, it's funny. They're all funny, but
okay.
I mean, I feel like if I had watched these movies recently, I would have more to say about them.
Right. I was considering putting, I guess I'll give away that it's not my number 1. I was considering putting Big Daddy on this list.
If I feel like if I had a number 1, it'd probably be Big Daddy.
Oh, is that on your list? Did I just do a giveaway?
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you talk about Big Daddy then.
Yeah, Big Daddy. Big Daddy. What do I want to say about Big Daddy? That is funny. You get Cole and Dylan Sprout, and it has these adorable little kids, and it's a grown man coming of age story, which I guess you don't get often. You usually get like a young like
I don't know. I think Sandler and his friend Judd Apatow make plenty of those.
Plenty of like grown men coming of age. Yeah, okay. Yeah. This is 40 is a coming of age movie about becoming 40. Yeah, so you're right.
What I was gonna say is I was considering including Big Dad on my list. I guess I would have taken the Hotel Transylvania spot, but I was just like playing it back in my head, and I cannot imagine that movie holds up in any way. I just can't.
Right. I'm pretty sure there's something about every movie we name where there's something just like it's not holding up. It doesn't hold up. It wouldn't work today.
Well, Gems and Punch Drunk Love.
Well, yeah, I mean those.
And Hotel Transylvania. I guess I went towards the more contemporary. And there's certainly stuff in Billy Madison that isn't great. But it's mostly all right.
Yeah. It's like
Rob Schneider's not in it.
Rob Schneider playing like a freaking
mentally challenged person?
No, I wasn't even gonna say that. Like he's playing like a Polynesian character in 50 First Dates. That's not cool. And you look back on it because he has like they tanned him up and shit. Yeah. But as a kid, that was great.
Yeah, he's quite the animal.
He's quite the animal.
Okay, my number one is another. I guess I gave it away by saying I was picking contemporary ones. Yeah. It's the Meyerowitz Stories, new and selected. This was Noah Baumbach's movie that came to Netflix like 2 years before Marriage Story, and I think it's better than Marriage Story, but it didn't get any of the acclaim of Marriage Story. I love how he used Adam Sandler in this. I think it's the one dramatic Sandler performance that really taps into all of Sandler's talents. It's got his anger. I mean, that's like a big part of Sandler's comedy is the anger. He's got moments of being a child, being a grown-ass child. Also, he gets to play piano and sing. I was tempted to include his stand-up 100% Fresh on this because I really liked that. Sandler's, despite all these string of movies that I don't really respect these days. I didn't even watch the whole thing of Jack and Jill. I couldn't watch them debase Al Pacino like that. But I heard at the end of that movie, Jack has to pretend to be Jill.
Yeah.
So he's playing both Jack and Jill, but then he's playing Jack as Jill.
Interesting.
So I guess he was acting.
Yeah, he's done a lot.
Sandler's good when he sings. I like that that's a little piece of the Meyerowitz Stories. And I guess we're doing movies over performances, and just on a whole, I'm a big fan of the Meyerowitz Stories, available to stream on Netflix.
Do I have one more?
Do you?
I said Big Daddy, Waterboy, 50 First Dates, and Zohan.
Yeah.
So my last one's going to be Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has to be in my top 5.
Yeah. More on that.
Yeah, more on that. I have a lot more to say about it, but I'll say it when we get to it.
There's
so many like movies that would be like honorable mentions for. If I could just be like honorable mentions, you can list some off for Click.
Okay.
Heavy message movie, really funny. It sets it up like a classic Sandler movie, but then it gets really sad and really serious, and I was really shocked at how invested I turned out to be in that picture. I was just gobsmacked, if you will. And you know what? Why not? I'll say honorable mention to 8 Crazy Nights.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I can't stand that voice he does for that old guy. It's really grating to me.
Yeah. He does everything.
Yeah.
I forgot about this.
The Whitey voice.
Yeah.
It's not fun for me. And I find the animation to be very crude. Animation and the humor is very crude.
He's a crude man.
Should we talk about what we've watched recently?
Yeah.
I watched 20 movies in the last week.
Whoa.
So I don't really know what to talk about right now.
Mention. That's heavy duty. That's hardcore. I watched like maybe 4 movies.
All right. I'll pick out 4.
Okay.
I guess I'll. Damn, I watched a lot of really good stuff. Okay, Thunder Road is a little indie movie that's available to stream on Amazon. Mm-hmm. Written and directed and starring this guy named Jim Cummings. He plays the fucked up cop. Mm-hmm. I heard a lot of buzz about this movie when it came out. It was like...
When did it come out?
2018.
Okay.
Played like festivals and stuff, got a lot of buzz, being hilarious and heartfelt. The poster's just like a cop and he looks like an asshole, so I was like, fuck this, I'm not gonna watch this movie. Mm-hmm. But I did. And I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And just a little story. I reviewed it on Letterboxd saying, okay, so Jim Cummings is Danny McBride, Jody Hill, and David Gordon Green all in one. And he's hot.
Oh.
And then Jim Cummings liked it and started following me.
Oh, really?
And has since unfollowed me. I don't know what that's about.
Oh.
He only follows like 30 people. I think I don't know, maybe he just momentarily follows people that review his movie.
Yeah, like, hey, I saw you.
But yeah, I was really impressed with his talent. And I like those kinds of comedies that are just, it goes hard.
Yeah.
He's a very disturbed character. Yeah. What do you got?
I saw Desperado. Mm-hmm. I watched Desperado over the weekend. It was on my list. We made a big list for this month, and we read them to each other, and we had 4 movies, and those were the first 4 that we're gonna like do throughout this month. There's another one that we added because last week we discovered there was 5 Fridays in this month.
Yes.
Desperado was on my list. It didn't make the cut, so I decided to watch it. I wanted to watch it again, and it was great. I mean, Antonio Banderas is hot. I mean, that's what the movie like totally services him being a hot leading action hero. And it's really good. The stakes are high in that movie, but it does this thing where it's, he's in danger, but he's not really in danger. Like, people are shooting at him, but the bullets, like, almost never hit him.
He's Desperado.
He's Desperado. So he just gets to be really cool. So you just get to see, El Mariachi be this really cool action hero who's, like, impervious to bullets. Mm-hmm. Right? And then you get to see his mariachi band, his buddies come and shoot rockets out of their guitar cases. And it's a really cool, hot and steamy watch. This is Robert Rodriguez's first film, so it lays the groundwork for a lot of like the work that he's continued to do. And
he really pioneered a whole independent film movement. Yeah. Shooting it himself on a very little budget, digitally. Mm-hmm. Helped with his small budget and kind of edited it all himself and showed really impressive career and start to a career.
Yeah. What do you have next?
Oh man, what to pick?
What to pick?
Okay, I watched A Single Man on Netflix.
Yeah.
This is Tom Ford, the fashion Tom Ford.
I know, right?
Who decided that he's gonna be a filmmaker.
Right.
Dude's got a great eye. Yeah. I mean, of course he does. He's Tom Ford.
Eye, so like aesthetically, I bet it's very pleasing.
Yeah, and it does this really cool thing with color where in each scene the saturation will like go up and down to like communicate the inner workings of Colin Firth's character, who's this bereaved professor just really depressed. But there's moments where the colors just get very bright, and it's like beautiful, and it's like the moments where even though he's super depressed and suicidal, he can see some beauty in the world. Nicholas Hoult is in it. I think I like him. I feel bad about saying that because he's like one of those guys people hate.
Nicholas Hoult is he the young guy? Is he the Beast in X-Men?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk about this one. I said I watched 20 movies. Another one I watched was Mad Max Fury Road. He's in that too.
Yeah.
I think I watched these like two days in a row. One day Mad Max, the other day Single Man. And I was like, man, I guess I like Nicholas Hoult. I felt pressure to not like him. I guess he dated Taylor Swift, and
right.
I don't know. The internet doesn't love him, or parts of the internet really love him.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah. So he was good in it, and of course Julianne Moore. What a goddess!
What a goddess!
And it's a very Julianne Moore role for her that she gets to play in A Serious Man or A Single Man. Excuse me. Those two movies came out in the same year.
Single Man.
They came out in the same year, and they're both period pieces about professors.
Right.
But yeah, Single Man, Tom Ford.
You would recommend watching that?
Yeah.
All right. Because I started that movie and then I stopped. But I started it really late. So that was also my fault for like trying to start something that seemed like it was going to be slow when I was tired.
It's got its moments where it stops and like it's all about like the beauty in the world, and then also moments where it's about the hopelessness in the world. So yeah, it's a little slow, but it's only 97 minutes.
Okay. And it's on Netflix, right?
And it all takes place in one day. Yeah, it's on Netflix.
All right, cool. You made me watch Nocturnal Animals, and that was the first Tom Ford movie I watched, and I really liked that. So
this isn't
anything like that, right?
There's parts of it that are like that, but it's not
as fucked up.
It's not at all like the story within the story of Nocturnal Animals.
Okay.
It's more similar to the story. The Amy Adams stuff, I guess. What you got?
All right, so I watched El Topo. This was a movie that I was introduced to back in college as a midnight movie. There are these movies that would play during midnight, and like people would come out and see them, right? Like that was like the ritual. It was kind of like a Rocky Horror type of experience with these movies. I think
people would act them out and there'd be props and stuff.
No, Rocky Horror is his own thing.
Yeah. Sorry, just got challenged. Nothing is like Rocky Horror.
Nothing is like Rocky Horror. But yeah, people would come to see these movies late at night, and because they had like they were a niche audience. El Topo is like this like psychedelic Western movie. The director is Alejandro Jodorowsky. Jodorowsky,
I think. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably Jodorowsky. Because it's
Jodorowsky?
I said Jodo.
It's definitely not a hard J.
It's not a hard J because it's probably Spanish and it's a H. This is his first movie, and just like the other movie I watched, Desperado, he did everything. He directed, he did production, design, costuming, editing, all of it. And it's pretty trippy, and it has like very like heavy religious tones to it. And, it could almost not make sense. I mean, it kind of doesn't make sense to me because I'm not a super religious person and I haven't read the Bible, and it relies on like the context of that a lot. So just viewing it as like a person who doesn't know that, you can get lost in it. But it is a very interesting watch just because of all the things he does in the movie. Like the characters and the music, it's almost like nonsensical, right? Like it's not nonsense. There's sense to it, but it's like, it's it's a little wacky, a little very interesting, and also like really like violent. So it's silly, it's violent, and it's a Western, you know? It's a long and at times a bit boring, but it's really fun. The gunfighting in it is also really fun. And the people that he has to fight, like the bosses, it's like a video game. Like when you get to the, like, whatever level you gotta get to and you meet the final boss there and like they have like a special power or something, they're kind of like that.
Okay. It's like a video game.
It's like a video game. It's like a cowboy video game on drugs.
Man, I got a movie I really want to talk about, but I can't talk about it because people just need to watch it. So I'll just mention Atlantics on Netflix. So good.
Okay.
My Letterboxd review was just, this is so good, because I can't, and like even the plot description gives stuff away that I wish I hadn't read before I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
It came out last year. Takes place in Senegal. It's the first movie I ever saw from Senegal. It's a first-time director, Madi Diop.
Mm-hmm.
And very, very strong debut. I'm excited to see what she makes next. I can't say anything about it. I don't want to.
You're speechless.
I can say watch it.
Okay. I put it on my watch list. All right. I lied when I said I watched 4 movies. I watched those 2 movies. And that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Okay. Yeah?
Yeah. Do it.
Okay. I'll do 3.
Go
I'll
ahead.
do 3 as 1.
Okay.
Because as I mentioned before, since A Serious Man, I started rewatching the Coen stuff. Mm-hmm. And I decided to start at the beginning because I'd never seen Blood Simple. Mm-hmm. I guess a lot of the stuff I watched this past week were debut films. But yeah, Blood Simple, Coen Brothers first. It's like a noir, or neo-noir. It's a take on a noir. It's very subversive, and it's got some cool horror elements to it. And it was really cool to see how they started and how self-assured they were from the start. And then I watched Raising Arizona right after that, which was their second movie, and it's crazy how different those 2 movies are. I have no idea how they got the funding for Raising Arizona after Blood Simple, because it's like Blood Simple is this intense neo-noir piece, and then Raising Arizona is just like a wacky madcap live-action Looney Tune. And Raising Arizona is not one of my favorite Coen Brothers, but I liked it a lot more on this watch. It grows on me. I really like Holly Hunter a lot. I wish she was in it more. Nick Cage is good in it. It's a good Nick Cage. Yeah, and then...
Is Raising Arizona the one where he, like, robs a store in it?
Yeah. Okay. The best scene in it is the Huggies chase scene. And then I watched Miller's Crossing, their third one, which once again is nothing like Blood Simple or Raising Arizona. Miller's Crossing is a 20s gangster movie, Prohibition era. It's my second time watching it. Didn't really like it the first time. It's kind of hard to follow. But I need to watch it more because I know I'm going to love it. It's like every time I rewatch a Coen Brothers movie, I like it more. At this point, I've seen all of their stuff except for The Lady Killers, and I'm real nervous to watch that.
Because you've heard bad things about it.
Yeah, it's like considered their only bad movie.
Right.
It stars Tom Hanks doing like a real character.
I know, I saw it twice.
Oh, you saw it twice?
I saw it twice.
No, it's not bad?
I saw it once, and then I was just like, oh, okay. I didn't need to watch it again, but then it was like on TV. I think.
Okay.
And I wasn't doing anything, so I kind of just left it on.
All right, so it won't be too bad.
Yeah, it's not like terrible, but it is like a choice.
I got some masterpieces to get through before I have to trudge through that.
Okay.
Started watching Barton Fink. Got to finish that.
Mm-hmm.
You got Fargo.
We got Fargo and we got Brother Art Thou.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're gonna watch those with me.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. I like the Coen brothers. They're great.
Yeah.
And I think talking about two Jewish filmmaking siblings is a good transition to the Safdie brothers.
The Safdies.
Talk about Uncut Gems.
How you doing, Holly? How's it going? Hey, Howard.
What's Pesach out?
All right, Larry. You're a Jew again. Welcome back.
I made a crazy risk, a gamble. And it's about to pay off.
So I want the Celtics to cover. I want the Celtics halftime. I want Garnett points and rebounds.
What do you know?
I don't know. I just know.
Well, I'll tell you what I know. It's the dumbest fucking bet I ever heard of.
I disagree. Gary.
What is that?
I started this.
Are you serious?
You're taking my money all over town, placing bets.
I'm having very serious second thoughts.
Are you serious right now?
I know I fucked up.
Howard, where's the money right now?
Howard, got my money?
Is it too late? I'm done. It means nothing. It meant nothing. Please. Give me another shot. You like to win, right? This is no different than that.
Black June power, nigga.
This is my fucking way.
You think I'm stupid, Howard? You and your whole fucking family. I heard you resurface your fucking swimming pool. You know how that makes me feel?
Never
You think your life is more important than my life?
I don't know who said that.
I told you about how things were gonna go. You like the way things are going now?
That's my family! Get the kids out of the house.
You having a good time?
Yes. This is me. This is how I win. JJ, it's game night. You should be stretching out.
What is he, a coach? Nah, he's just a fucking crazy-ass Jew.
Uncut Gems is a 2019 American crime thriller directed by Josh and Benny Safdie, who co-wrote the screenplay with Ronald Bronstein. Stars Adam Sandler as Howard Ratner, Jewish jeweler and gambling addict in New York City's Diamond District, who must retrieve an expensive gem he purchased to pay off his debts.
Mm-hmm.
It is high stakes, which is
very
why we're talking about it this month.
High. Very intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's on the shoulders of Punch Drunk Love. I mean, that movie does a great job of letting the viewer into the mind of its Adam Sandler protagonist and all the anxiety that's inside his head.
Yeah.
And I think this is like that, except maybe the character's not that anxious. He's just like manic.
Yeah.
But it makes the viewer feel anxious watching.
I feel like
it.
Punch Drunk Love is more anxiety inducing of kind of like what's happening. What does that mean? Like what's going to happen? This one is kind of like, oh man, there's so much stuff happening all at once. How's this going to play out, you know?
Yeah. Well, Punch Drunk Love has that too with all the different threads.
Yeah.
So much stuff happening. This was my fourth time watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it twice in the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like a Coen Brothers movie, I enjoy it even more every time I see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming to Netflix soon.
Nice.
I'm excited for it to like blow up because it kind of didn't as much as it should.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. So it was an independent release though. So it just had a small release, and then it didn't catch on like some of the other, I would say, like award season movies of that year.
Yeah, it wasn't nominated for any awards.
Yeah, it wasn't nominated for anything except for like the Spirit Awards.
Right, they won Best Directors for that.
Mm-hmm.
Or Best Writers. I forget. But their acceptance speech is great. It's just
Both
brothers talking over each other.
And Adam Sandler won Best Actor.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Uncut Gems opens in Ethiopia at the Wellow Mine in fall of 2010. We get the text that tells us such.
Yeah.
It's first shot's like a helicopter shot over the mine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not New York. The rest of the movie's in New York, but we start out in Ethiopia.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little just throwing you into the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And we get our first of what will be just a series of commotion, just mob scenes of people yelling.
Yeah.
Because it's man's got his leg real fucked up.
Yeah.
From
One
the
of the
mine.
miners got hurt. And so now there's a discrepancy between the workers and like management. They're kind of like, look, like the working here is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And while this big commotion is going on, there are two other workers that are continuing to work.
Yeah, they take the opportunity.
Yeah.
It's a good distraction. Mm-hmm. When one guy's suffering, that's a great time for them to hit big.
Yeah.
Which is something that will continue throughout the movie of taking advantage of hardships of others and trying to get a win off of that.
Mm-hmm.
So the two guys sneak into the mine. And they mine a black opal.
Yeah, a nice big one too.
Mm-hmm.
And we get a like a slow zoom into the opal.
Yeah,
and we can see
I
all
wrote
the colors
close up onto and into.
Yeah,
the gem.
Yeah, and it looks very spacey.
Yeah,
colorful.
It's super psychedelic. It's a whole galaxy inside the gem.
Yeah, this is a really good like example of the aesthetics of like the Shafty brothers. Between like, and I've only seen two of their movies, so maybe I'm wrong, but like between this and Good Times, I would say like it's a good depiction of like the colors and then like that synth music starts to play. The synth music was also in Good Times.
Same composer. One O Tricks Point Never doing the score.
Yeah, it's very like 80s, but like new 80s.
Yeah. I love when the title comes on, Uncut Gems. Like the letters are just flying from all over, and they all just come together in a brief moment of like it. Just so happened the letters got together in this order to spell out the name, and kind of mirroring everything coming together for a moment. Just a moment. And then it like it gets circled and it kind of looks like the Super Nintendo logo. And then it like flies off the screen. It just looks really cool.
And then so the inside of that colorful, spacey opal turns into the inside of Howard's colon.
Yeah. We zoom out and we see that now the images we're seeing are on a monitor. And Howard's having endoscope. They're looking at his colon.
They were looking at his colon for like
endoscopy.
cancer.
I don't know.
And stuff.
Yeah, we see on the monitor. I like this way of introducing our character. We see name Howard Ratner, age 48. So that's our guy. Sandler's there, knocked out. The most calm. We'll see him until... Good bookmarking of the character we'll get back to at the end. And now we see that we're in New York and it's spring 2012.
Yep.
What New York in spring 2012 has to do with Ethiopia in fall 2010? We'll find out. The doctor's narrating I think it's called endoscopy.
Endoscopy.
I might be completely wrong. Maybe that's like back surgery or something. But we learn he has some polyps that they're going to need to do a biopsy on.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
We get a hard cut from there to him being on the street, talking on the phone, yelling.
Yep.
Who is he yelling at? Someone he owes money to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's meeting Damani at his jewelry store, KMH Jewelers.
Mm-hmm.
Damani, played by Keith Stanfield.
Yeah.
We covered him a lot on this podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like.
A few times.
Yeah. Love him.
Yeah.
Love him in this role too. Like, very versatile actor.
Mm-hmm.
Damani's introducing Howard to his friend Cash.
Yeah.
Who's got the cash.
Yes.
Gonna make some purchases.
Mm-hmm.
This first scene in the jewelry store is really sets the scene for the rest of the movie, where it's just so much stuff is happening at once.
Busy.
Everyone's talking. I really like the sound design in this movie.
Yeah.
Just everyone talking over each other, and it's just so much commotion.
Yeah.
And
the synth music is still going.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is talking, and you have Lakeith and his friends, and then you have these two other guys.
Yeah. Two goons
that are not, you can tell they're not with that other party just because of how they are off to the side in the way they look at Howard when he walks in.
Mm-hmm.
He tries to be buddy. Howard tries to be buddy with everyone and does his owner thing and offer everyone water and things.
They're the first jewelry store to have their own spring water.
Yeah.
He's very proud of that.
Mm-hmm. And the goons are they say no the first time.
Yeah,
and
Phil doesn't want water.
Yeah, but he axes it again, and then he slaps Howard in front of everybody.
Mm-hmm. Find out that they were sent by Arno, who was a lender that Howard owes $100,000 to.
Arno. I thought it was Arnold.
No, Arno.
Oh, okay. Arno.
Yeah. So he owes Arno $100,000. The goons snatch some money that Howard had, who he claims it's not his money.
Yeah, he picked it up right before he got to the shop. We saw him pick it up.
Yeah, and they take the watch off his wrist, which he claims is not his watch.
Yeah, it's probably Damani's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
fake Rolex.
Yeah.
And then he's all back in the street.
Yeah,
and he's going up to his crash pad, and we meet Julia, who is his mistress.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like there was a party there the night before.
Yeah, there was a party. There's some girls leaving his room.
Though she says there was not.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's mad that people are just coming in and out. Yeah. He's yelling at her and really talking down to her. But then she's like, come on, let's just cuddle.
Yeah, let's just cuddle. Do you want to fight or do you want to cuddle?
And he eventually...
I like that little dynamic.
Yeah, he eventually cuddles.
Yeah, he just gets in bed and cuddles. Because, yeah.
They look at some photos that she took of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
This is spring 2012.
Yeah.
So the weekend is...
Not the weekend yet. He's up and coming.
Yeah.
He probably put out, House of Balloons
his mixtapes.
Yeah.
And Take Care came out. So... he's at the point of his career where, I think for a while, it was Who's the Weekend? Mm-hmm. There's this anonymity. I think at this point, we knew it was Abel.
Mm-hmm.
We knew, because, he's getting pictures taken of him. We learned that, he's gonna be major, even though he's from Canada.
Yeah.
And, find out that she got a necklace off of him.
Yeah.
The Michael Jackson on the cross.
That's someone else's. Is that Is that where he gets it from? He gets it from her? Because okay, when he goes to see The Weeknd, this is later in the movie, but when he goes to see The Weeknd and he's yelling to the guy to like, be like, hey, I know that guy back there, and he lets him in, the guy's
Flawless.
like, that guy is like, hey, so about my Michael Jackson pendant.
Yeah, Flawless was another jeweler.
Yeah. Okay.
But when Howard, because Howard gets the necklace and he immediately sells it. And he says this, you know, The Weeknd, this is The Weeknd's. Maybe it was from Flawless and he's pretending it was The Weeknd's. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But he immediately sells it and uses the money not to pay back the goons, but he places a sports bet.
Yeah.
Because this guy's a serious sports gambler.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how immediately he like how fast he can get money and then like bet it.
Yeah, gets the money and then like seemingly just walks around the corner to this restaurant where a bookie's just waiting for him.
Yeah. And he does like crazy bets, right? Is this the one where he does like, what is it called? Lightning bets or something like that?
Yeah.
It's just like really like precise bets of like, I don't know, this person's going to get this many rebounds, this many blocks, and this many 3 shots.
Yeah. And no scene in this, like, we're narrating, like, or going over the stuff that Howard does, but no scene is just clear cut, like, this is the scene where he does just this.
Yeah.
It's every other thing comes into it. So, of course, while he's in the middle of, like, stating what his bet is, and he gets a call from Damani.
Yeah.
Who says, hey, Kevin Garnett's coming. He's at KMH.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you? Come over. Got a big sale.
Yeah.
So Howard goes back to his store.
Yeah.
Enters through the back, and there's a kerfuffle happening between
Yeah.
Arno's guys and Garnett's guys.
Mm-hmm. Arno's guys are getting their ass beat.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting kicked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Howard's like, I don't know who these guys are.
I don't know who these guys are.
But then once the goon, Phil and the other goon, I don't know the other one's name, it's not important. After they leave, he's like, oh, great, I'm glad you were here.
Yeah. And they almost don't let him in. And he has to be like, hey, this is my shop. Hey, buzz me in type of situation. Because, they're going to kick him out too.
Right. Kevin Garnett's there. It's really Kevin Garnett.
It's the real Kevin Garnett.
He's playing himself.
Yeah.
Does a pretty good job of it, I think.
Yeah, he's really good at playing himself.
Yeah. Howard's trying to sell some stuff to him.
Yeah, he shows him like a diamond coated Furby. Yeah.
With the eyes that move back and forth. We learn Howard was like one of the first jewelers to make like really outlandish jewelry for like hip hop videos.
Yeah. When Howard walks in, he says this line that made me crack up just because it's like, oh yeah, this is relatable. He was like, send those bitches back to Paramus. So wherever they came from. Yeah.
Garnett's leaning on the glass. Howard says not to do that.
Yeah.
If you got more just overlapping dialogue, it's really creating this atmosphere. It's really establishing this whole world and this life that Howard lives where he's just constantly on the move, doing 5 things at once, making pretty bad decisions.
Yeah.
And Damani wants Howard to sell Garnett a watch.
Yeah.
But Howard says he doesn't have the watches here.
Yeah.
So it's irrelevant. Damani pulls him aside. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You said you would hold the watches here.
Yeah. The deal is like he lets Damani keep his watches in his safe, but won't allow him to sell it in the store. Because
they're not real Rolexes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the boxes are real.
Yeah. So he has nothing to sell Garnett, really. Like none of the and he has nothing of interest. Until a package comes.
Yeah, and it's very heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Howard says, Garnett, wait here, I got something to show you. He takes the package to the back.
Mm-hmm.
He starts gutting this fish.
Yeah, there's a fish.
Because, I guess that's how they were able to transport the gem.
Yeah.
of course, meanwhile, it's not just a scene of him gunning a fish and getting the opal out. It's also this guy, Fussy, who works for him.
That's a great name for him, Fussy, because he's fussing.
Yeah, he wants to quit. He's not very happy with how he's being treated. He's really pouring his soul out to his boss, Howard, who's just fixated on the opal.
Yeah, he's not paying him any attention.
His dialogue, even like the volume like goes down as the score goes up to show just the wonder that Howard feels while he's inspecting the opal.
Yeah, I love that line of when he like pulls out the opal from the fish and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna come," and it's like
that's after Fussy says,
"Yeah,
what do you have to say? I'm here. I'm just standing here telling you all this stuff. What do you have to say?" And he just says, "I'm gonna fucking come."
And so for Fussy's like, "Fuck that, man. I'm out of here." Yeah. But like.
Howard offers him a t-shirt.
Yeah, he throws a t-shirt at him. And he's like, it's not about the t-shirt. It's just about the respect. Mm-hmm. And he's not getting it from there.
Nope. So now Howard comes back to the front of the store, showing off the opal to Garnett. He's got a video to show him.
Yeah.
From the History Channel. This is Howard's origin story of how he found out about the black opals in Ethiopia, because he's watching the History Channel. There's a piece on the Ethiopian Jews, and they have black opals on all their holy Judaica, I'll say.
Okay.
And Garnett's very interested in this.
Yeah.
He didn't know they were Ethiopian Jews, and also the gem is just mesmerizing.
Yeah. He takes a look into the opal with one of those like magnifying glasses, but for like jewels, and his life flashes before his eyes.
It's his while he's looking in it. You see like some flashes of like Garnett's like high school basketball stuff, and like, but also some stuff with the mines. Mm-hmm. So it's like very quick images flashing. Also, we get the galaxy that you see while looking at the opal.
Yeah.
But it's like everything's all tied together.
You can see everything.
And then it cuts because Garnett broke the glass. He's leaning on it.
Yeah, he falls into it.
He's a big guy.
He's a really big guy. He's like 6'7" or something like that.
Sandler's face is just up to like his chest. Them standing next to each other is pretty funny. Garnett takes this broken glass as a sign that he needs the opal.
Yeah, he's like, I need it. And Howard's just like, I can't sell it to you. And so Garnett has the perfect response of like, why would you show me this if you weren't going to sell it to me?
Yeah, Garnett was there to buy some jewelry.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. Howard says, wait, I got something to show you.
Yeah.
And then he says, no, it's not for sale. It's actually set for auction. But Garnett decides they work out a deal where Garnett takes it for the night.
Yeah.
He takes some photos with Howard.
Yeah.
Howard says, at me, at Howie Bling.
Mm-hmm.
That's his handle. And he gives Howard his 2008 Celtics championship ring as collateral.
Yeah. So the ring for the gym.
Yeah, not a great move for Garnett, because immediately Howard just he's on his way to pawn it. He FaceTimes his son to show off the ring. Mm-hmm. Look what I got, and then pawns it.
Yeah, pawns it for $21,000. He originally asked for $80,000 for it, but all he could really get is 21 because of the guys he was dealing with. He has a pass with, and he has like a kind of a bad reputation, with them.
He's an unreliable person to lend money to.
Mm-hmm.
While he's like in the, I don't know, market or wherever, the place that he's pawns it, there's this cool like slow zoom into Phil on the street watching Howard. Yeah. They're like following him.
Yeah.
And you see him like arguing with the other goon. This is just like an angry guy. Mm-hmm. You can tell. And they're following Howard. Howard, like, briefly leaves their sights. Mm-hmm. They're following him with Arno on the phone, like, saying what he's doing. They're like, wait, he stopped. His back's turned. We can't see what's happening. Yeah. And then Arno's like, wait, he just texted me money. He said, here's your money.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the money for Arno.
It wasn't the money for Arno. He's kind of like teasing him or something. Like, he's just playing a dangerous game.
It's a game. Yeah, he's a real slime ball. Because he takes the money.
Yeah.
That he got for Garnett's ring.
Mm-hmm.
And takes it right back to the restaurant.
Yeah. And scraps the bat that he made earlier.
Yeah.
And puts more money on it.
I like this. He has to go back into the kitchen to talk to the bookie. Mm-hmm. And the bookie's just yelling at one of the line chefs, the line cooks. He's saying, I only got this on the 4th rewatch. He's yelling about how the guy put carrots in a Caesar salad.
True.
So yeah, he places this huge bet on Garnett because he thinks, listen, Garnett's got this gem. It's a sign. It's good luck.
Yeah.
He's going to do great in the game tonight.
Yeah, this is when he does lightning points.
Mm-hmm.
The lightning point bets.
He also offers the bookie one of the Rolexes.
Yeah.
But the bookie knows better. He doesn't want it.
Yeah.
Says this looks stolen. Now Howard's at home.
Yeah.
He's watching
it's
the game.
Night.
Yeah, it's the 2012 Eastern Conference semifinals. Celtics versus Sixers. Mm-hmm. Real games. Really interesting how the screenplay blends reality. I mean, this is essentially like a historical thriller, right? Because it takes the real events of the Eastern Conference semifinals and works it into the beats of the story.
Yeah.
I listened to an interview with the brothers, and they talked about how they had written like 100 versions of the screenplay based on the different NBA players they thought they were going to get at the time to work into it.
Mm-hmm. Do you know any of them?
I think Amari Stoudemire was attached for a while.
Okay.
I don't remember who else.
Okay. I think because I think it was you that also told me that as well. Like that it changed a lot, and Kevin Garnett was.
Well, yeah, they were trying to get this made for 10 years, so went through a lot of different ones. Howard's not very chill. He's not a very chill basketball watcher.
As soon as the tip-off happens, he is, like, intense about it. It's really, like, into it. It's the first quarter. No one is this intense. It's pretty funny to watch someone be that adamant.
Yeah.
In, like, the first couple seconds. Like, the tip-off is a bet. Kevin Garnett has to get the tip-off. That's money. Yeah.
He doesn't in this instant.
Yeah.
This instance, we meet his wife, Dina, played by Idina Menzel, Broadway legend.
Yes.
Adele Dazeem, right?
Dazeem, that's what he said.
That's what Travolta called her at that one Oscars. Yeah. She wants Howard to say goodnight to his son.
Yeah.
He says, after this quarter's done.
Yeah. And the whole time while they're having this conversation, he's not looking at her.
No, his eyes are glued to the screen, and he's like in the middle of the conversation, still like cheering and cursing. But Dina Stern, she makes him, gets him up there.
Yeah.
And we cut to what his version of saying goodnight to his son is, which is lying.
Yeah.
In bed with his son, just watching the game on his phone.
Yeah.
Whisper cheering and cursing. Fuck. And we see the son who's trying to sleep.
His son is trying to sleep.
Wow, these kids are going to need so much therapy.
Oh, man. And then, so he has 3 kids. So that's the first kid. He goes to the next kid's room, who's up watching the game. He's a little older.
Watching the game, he's got a mini basketball hoop.
Yeah.
Howard tells him to stop because his brother's sleeping. Then they're watching the game. His son is very much like Howard.
Yeah.
Super into the game. Also, we find out he has $50 on it.
Yeah.
So it really takes after his dad.
Yeah, he's a betting man.
But Howard's like telling him to chill. He's like, it's just the first quarter. It's fine. But then as they watch it more together, Howard gets into it. And like Garnett scores a point, and then Howard tells his son, okay, now you can dunk.
Right.
He's so inconsistent, and just lives moment to moment. Whether he's up or down really depends on his behaviors are super affected by his gambling.
Yeah.
Gets back downstairs. Dina's watching. I'm pretty sure Vanderpump Rules. I've never seen that show, but I think that's what that is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he can't watch the game anymore.
Yeah, she won't switch the channel.
Yeah. And now they're talking about getting a divorce.
Yeah, Dina's real fed up with him, and she says, you know what, why don't we just wrangle the kids now and tell them?
Yeah, she wants to move it up.
But no, they agreed they're going to wait till after Passover.
Yeah.
It eventually goes to commercial, so he gets her to briefly change the channel.
Yeah.
But
he really has to tug on her to
I love
do
this
it
part.
because she doesn't want to.
Yeah, she switches it, and then it's just like one of those moments in the game where the camera is just on someone in the stands, and it's just this really big shirtless guy doing the Goonies thing, Truffle Shuffle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truffle Shuffle.
It's just like the most unimportant thing.
Yeah.
Now he's in the car. Or a car. He's got a car service. And he's watching the game on his phone. Yet again. And he won big.
Yeah.
The bet paid off.
Yeah, the Celtics won.
He is jazzed.
Yeah. He can hardly contain himself.
Yeah. He gets to his apartment. And he calls Julia, who says that she's on her way. And he says, yeah, I'm just going through the tunnel right now. Even though he's standing right there in the apartment. And he gets in the closet.
And Julia walks in and she undresses.
Yeah, she's got some lingerie on. At this
actress.
point, we don't fully understand the relationship between them or like the angles.
Yeah, we only saw her a little bit at the beginning because she works at
she was
the
in
shop.
the bed, and then we saw her working at the shop. Yeah. But Howard's texting her from the closet, watching her on the couch. It's like a voyeurism kink, I guess.
Kinda, yeah.
He's making her take a picture of her. And, she says she's really wet. And then he jumps out.
Yeah, he jumps out and surprises her.
He said he couldn't help himself.
Yeah, he couldn't contain himself anymore.
Guess what? I won big.
Yeah.
And then she says, feel how wet I am. So she really was wet.
Yeah. She wasn't lying.
Yeah.
She was wet, guys.
We got a cool shot from like the outside of the apartment complex of them just embracing and kissing.
Yeah.
With the score. I guess it's like another helicopter shot.
They have a lot of like aerial shots, and a lot of like of those shots are like either zooming out or zooming in. And then it's like that synth music playing, those long synth notes playing.
That's the next day.
Yeah.
Damani was supposed to bring back the gem. That was the deal.
I think the next day he's on the phone with this character named Anne.
No, it's not yet.
Not yet? Oh,
no.
Never mind.
But he's at the auction house because Damani was going to drop off the gem.
Okay.
But Damani's, as Howard says, Damani's on Damani time. Running late. He says he's in traffic. But then he's like right there. He pulls up. He says, I'm outside.
Yeah.
But he refuses to park because he can't find a spot. Howard says, double park. And but Damani says, no, I'm not getting a ticket for you or for anyone.
Right.
He says, come out here, get in the car. On his way to the car, we meet a much less intimidating lender and collector than the Arno Phil pair. And Howard's able to just shake him off like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Clearly, this is a guy that just owes money all around town.
Yeah. Everyone's after Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah. These guys are so less intimidating. It's kind of comical.
But yeah, we find out he owes $32,000 to them.
Yeah.
He gives them the fake watch.
Yeah.
And says it's worth, I forget how much. Take that.
Yeah.
But he shakes him off like it's nothing. And he gets in the car. We find out Damani does not have the opal.
Yeah.
Damani was giving him the runaround. Much like Howard gives everyone else the runaround.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of people running around.
Pretty much.
says Garnett still got it, and he's in Philly.
Yeah, at practice.
At practice. Howard says, all right, we're going to Philly, even though Damani just came from Philly.
Yeah. I can imagine that annoyance of, like, driving from Philly to New York and then got to go right back to Philly.
Right. But then Damani shakes Howard off much in the way that Howard shook that collector off.
Yeah.
They're going through the complex. And
I understand why. He was doing a bit much when he got to the facility.
Yeah, he knocks a basketball out of someone's hands and goes
Takes
for the
shot. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just like, man, chill, be low key. Like, I'm going to get us back there, but not if you're doing all this.
There's some security blocking the way to the locker room. Damani gets in while Howard's playing ball and is able to evade Howard that way because then the guards don't let Howard in, even though he says, I was with that guy.
Yeah.
We're friends. And the next scene is Howard's daughter's play.
Yeah.
Howard is just, you see on his phone, he's just sending text after text after text to Damani, all going unanswered.
Yeah.
Just like, what the fuck happened? Where's the gem?
Yeah.
Bring it. You said you would have it.
Yeah.
What happened back there?
I'm very upset. Can't catch a bus back.
Just not paying any attention to the things going around him, which isn't really much. It's just the small talk between his wife and his sister's daughter, his daughter's friends' parents.
Yeah.
They're talking about, where are you vacationing this year for break?
Yeah.
But, you know, they're planning on getting divorced, but not talking about it. So they say we're saving up next year for a big European
we don't
one.
have anything planned.
Yeah.
So when he finally does like look up from his phone and like pay attention to his surroundings, he notices the two goons from earlier.
I love how this works. It's the youngest son does the old poke your further shoulder trick so that you turn the other way. And when he turns the other way, he sees Phil and the other guy.
Yeah. Sitting in
right
the back.
There. Play's about to start, but Howard's freaked out. He gets up, says, it's really fucked up that you're here.
Yeah.
Can you come outside? Let's talk.
Yeah.
I don't really know what Howard's plan was here.
Howard, the character Howard, he like throughout this whole movie, he's like being this boss, right? This big shot, right? And it's almost always half-assed. Like he kind of like talks it, but then when he gets down to it, he kind of just like lets shit happen to him. Because it seemed like he was going to stand up to these guys. And when I was first watching this and I was picturing, I was like, oh, he's going to fight them. Like, it's going to be a fighting scene or whatever. He does. But not really. I mean, he more so gets his ass kicked.
He starts a fight.
Yeah.
Pushes the guy, pushes Phil. The other guy grabs him. He bites that guy's arm.
Yeah.
Manages to escape his grasp. You get a little chase. Which leads Howard backstage of his daughter's theatrical production.
And the daughter sees him and just like, Dad, what are you doing back here?
Mid chase, Howard says, you all look so great. You're going to be so good. But the chase is all for nothing because once he gets outside, Arno is there in a car. They capture Howard. They get him in the car.
Yeah.
This is where we find out that Arno stopped the bet.
Yeah.
Because we saw the goons following Howard. They saw him go into the place and with the money set the bet.
Yeah. I was very pissed at Arno.
Yeah, Howard was set up to make all this money. He said, I was going to make you money. I was going to make me money. What did you do? He was, that's so stupid.
Yeah. The fact that the bet was canceled, that he hit big the first time and it didn't go through, made the second half of the movie that much more intense.
Right.
Because it's like, what are the chances, right?
They strip Howard.
Yeah.
Completely, underwear and everything.
Yep.
And stuff him in the trunk of his Mercedes. I still don't understand how he had his phone still. But he's able to
unless when he was running, he tucked it in his butt cheeks or something.
Right.
Yeah. That's the only answer, right?
It's like when they first shut the trunk on him, he's like, come on, what the fuck? And then he almost like rolls his eyes and starts being like, help, help. Like, oh, fine. Now I got to do this.
Yeah.
But he gets the phone. He calls Dina and he says, I locked my keys in the car. Can you come out and unlock the car?
Yeah.
She does so.
Yeah.
And
Finds
opens the
him
trunk.
naked.
Out pops a naked Howard. He says, I got it from here.
Yeah.
She looks horrified.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck happened? He left and now he's naked in the trunk. But he gets back inside and we get to see a little bit of the play. And this is a classic, the school lesson or the movie they're watching. In this case, it's the play, relates to the themes of the movie. Because the daughter, it's like a fairy tale. The daughter's playing this role where a curse is put on her. Every time she speaks, coins come out of her mouth.
Yeah.
And it's this cool thing where coins are just shooting out of her mouth.
Yeah.
Now they're back home.
Yeah.
He calls Damani, he blocks the number though. So Damani picks up this time. Damani says, I got the opal, okay? Calm down. And, they arrange to meet at the weekend performance at the club, where Howard will get the opal back from Damani.
Yeah,
Damani wasn't planning on going, but fine, he can. Then he has the most awkward conversation ever with his daughter.
Oh yeah, you can see
maybe not
like
the
no
most
connection.
ever, but yeah. She's got her headphones in, talking to a friend, like while talking to her dad.
Yeah.
Her dad's just trying to connect to her.
Yeah.
Says, you're so good in the play.
She's like, you told me that 5 times already. Blah, blah, blah. Like, everything's fine. Like, she's just not connecting with him.
Yeah, Dina's there in the kitchen microwaving some chicken, but as soon as...
It looks like the most unseasoned chicken.
Yeah.
Like, she made his meal separate from, like, whatever she made the family.
When the microwave stops... Dina just grabs it and walks out of the room, even though Howard was like trying to talk to her.
Yeah.
She's just not having it with that guy.
Yeah.
Her husband. And now Howard's at the club.
Yeah. He's at the club. He also lied to his family about going to the club.
Right.
Yeah. He said he was doing something business related and he was going to be up all night and didn't know whether he was going to come back. And then it goes to him on his way to the club.
No, it was kind of business related because he needs the opal for the auction.
True.
The weekend's at the club. And he will not perform until the black light comes on.
Yeah.
We talked before about like ways that movies work in excuses to have like cool lighting. And I love that they just have a whole part of Weekend saying, turn on the fucking black light. And they have people chanting for the black light.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because then once it comes on, it looks really cool visually. Especially with Damani's orange hoodie, which just becomes super bright in the black light.
Yeah, the hoodie is so nice. It's so nice because it's kind of the brightest thing in the room. And then like in that frame, Damani is the brightest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
he does not have the opal.
Yeah, it doesn't have the opal. That's also kind of frustrating because he definitely said he had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's just pulling the same shit that Howard pulls. It's just everyone in this business is just full of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the diamond business. Diamonds are worthless. The only worth is put on them. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
But there's so much suffering and stuff. Just unnecessary stuff that goes into that whole business.
And so Howard does that like the half-ass bullshit again because he pushes Damani. But Damani is with his friends. He has backup.
He's got some big guys with him.
Yeah, he got some big guys with him. He pushes him back.
Howard says, why are you here if you don't even have the opal? He says, I'm here for the same reason everyone else is here, to see the fucking Weekend.
Yeah.
Weekend performing The Morning from House of Balloons.
And so pretty much Howard just has to like back off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then our next scene is The Weeknd doing coke in the bathroom with Julia. He's trying to smash.
He is trying to smash. But she's like, no touching.
Yeah.
It's like this really intimate, close tease moment.
It's cool how The Weeknd plays himself in this, but like the older version of himself.
Yeah.
Where he's not as well known. He's not a superstar yet.
Yeah.
And he's just like this trashy guy performing in the club, not like he's a brat. Won't start until the black light comes on and then just doing coke with
coke in the bathroom.
But she's saying no touching, no touching.
Yeah.
So they're not hooking up.
They're not hooking up, but she is filling his rod.
Well, he grabs her hand because he's The Weeknd. He's a scumbag.
Yeah.
And she can't believe how hard he is.
Yes, she can't. Like, wow.
That's a very Weeknd thing to just be super hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Howard finds out that Julia's in the bathroom with The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Knocks on the door. Gets him out, and a fight erupts.
Well, yeah, and also this is the part where we find out that Michael Jackson chain that he sold belongs to somebody else, and he wants it back.
Right.
This is I mean, I figured before, but I feel like it's around this part of the movie where I figured out that there are a million moving pieces happening with Howard.
Right.
And he needs them all to work. He needs everything to work so that he can get that chain back to that guy. And then so everything has to work.
Howard fights The Weeknd.
Yeah, he does. He fights The Weeknd.
He kind of gets him, too. Julia's mad because they weren't doing anything. She's just trying to make a sale, and he blew the sale.
Yeah, she
chases him outside the club.
Yeah, it's this big dramatic scene between them two.
Yeah, he's getting in the cab, and she's like standing in front of the cab. It's just like the kind of shit you expect to see outside a nightclub in New York. Yeah. Just shouting. And I love after the cab drives off, we get some time with just Julia. And it's important because later in the movie, we see some stuff from her perspective. But this is the first time, and it's just the walk back from where the cab was back towards the club. And she gets like her own score, her own theme, musical theme during that walk back. And it just makes you really sympathetic for her because we saw that she wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, I sympathize with her a lot throughout this whole movie.
I think it's at this point, at least for me, where I realize, she loves Howard. Yeah. There's no bullshit. Yeah. She loves that guy. I don't understand how. Yeah. He's the worst.
And also like how their relationship is set up to where like he still has like, a family, a wife and all that. And she's just on the side and like, she isn't like allowed to like be like, go outside that relationship with another person, even though they're not monogamous.
Yeah, he's married.
Yeah, he's married.
Even though
the divorce is coming, it's her fault. Like she's the slut.
Yeah. Yeah. Howard sleeps in his office. This is we saw him. He's got the house. He's got the apartment. Also, he's got the couch in the office that he sleeps on. And this is where he calls Anne from Adley's, who's voiced by Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, I just found that out today.
And he lies about having the opal. He says, "I got it right here."
And she's like, "I need it. I need it here,
right,
to get it appraised."
Appraised, yeah. Appraised. He needs to deliver it by the end of the day, or else it's getting pulled from the auction. This sequence is just a lot of phone calls happening at once. So there's also he's on the phone with a representative for Garnett.
Yeah, phone's ringing,
trying to get the opal back. He's put on hold. While he's on hold, the call comes in from Julia.
He says, "Tell her I'm not here," and then
but then he takes the call.
He takes the call right away.
But then he goes back to Garnett's rep. But then it turns out Damani and Garnett are at KMH. But they can't be buzzed in. They're stuck.
Yeah.
And it's called a man trap. It's like there's two doors.
And a little room.
One door has to be locked for the other one to open. You gotta be buzzed in both ways. Mm-hmm. Bulletproof glass separating them. And Garnett's got a bag of money. And he's got the opal. But he wants to buy the opal right there.
Yeah.
They're still behind the bulletproof glass. It's very stressful, tense.
It is very stressful.
A lot of yelling.
And the buzzing and the ringing and the yelling.
Damani's like knocking on the glass.
Yeah.
They eventually get in. And Garnett says, all right, just give me my ring now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the ring. So Howard comes up with this excuse and says he left it in Long Island.
Mm-hmm. He gets the opal back, though.
Yeah, he gets the opal.
At this point, Damani's on to Howard.
Yeah.
Damani follows Howard back into his office. And he's like, what the fuck, man? I'm setting up the sale. Garnett was going to buy the stone right there.
Yeah.
But he doesn't because of the auction.
Also, Howard wants $1 million.
Yeah.
For this stone.
Yeah. Garnett only had $175,000.
Yeah.
But Howard says, come to the auction on Monday. Mm-hmm. And then you can get it if you bid on it.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, Damani's going through the safe, trying to get his watches back, but there's only 2 there.
Yeah, and a bunch of empty cases.
Yeah. Oh, no, the boxes aren't even there. Because the boxes were the official part of it, because the boxes were real.
He said the boxes are hella expensive,
the watches
man.
are fake. Yeah. Damani's pissed off. He says, I'm going to start working for Flawless instead. Like, our deal is I bring people into your jewelry store, get a commission off what you could sell to them.
Yeah.
But I've got Garnett here with money and you're not making it happen. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's a lot of money for him, for Damani.
Yeah. But of course, while this is all happening, there's something else stressful happening because Howard gets a call from his doctor with the test results from the colonoscopy. That's what it's called.
Colonoscopy.
Right?
There we go. Yeah, you're right.
There's colonoscopy. I don't know. Colonoscopy. The results are that the polyps were benign.
Yeah.
Which is amazing because I was expecting it to be like a serious man type of thing.
Yeah.
Where
it's like the one good thing that happened in this movie is that he doesn't have colon cancer.
Yeah, and he's talking about how relieved he is because it runs in the family. He says, what's the deal with Jews and colon cancer?
I thought we were the chosen ones.
Right.
And
we don't have great digestive systems historically. I love the line the doctor says, hey, don't speak badly about colon cancer. Colon cancer paid for my house in the Hamptons.
Yeah.
So it's like the doctor too is a person that is profiting off the suffering of others. Mm-hmm. It's just this whole world is just people trying to get one up on each other with their bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2012. Good thing we don't live like that anymore, you know what I mean?
Glad things have really changed for the better.
Damani is pissed off. And like while he's getting the news, the good news from his doctor, Damani pours, I don't know, something purple, like cough syrup or something, into his fish tank to kill his fish.
Yeah, and he just storms out.
Yeah.
Howard gets a glass, rescues one little clownfish.
Yeah.
Let's call him Nemo. Mm-hmm. So we got a little Nemo in a glass on the desk.
Yeah. Poor fish.
Now that Howard's got the opal, he's got to go to Adley's to drop it off. Mm-hmm. On his way out, we run into Julia.
Yeah.
It's just coming in at any time she pleases.
Yeah.
With a smoothie.
Yeah.
If you're going to show up late, don't show up with a drink.
Yeah. He's pissed off. And, I mean, the most fucked up thing he could do is like knock it on her. Mm-hmm. He fucking knocks the smoothie all over her and keeps it moving.
Yep.
Yeah.
We don't actually get the scene of him dropping off the opal. The next scene is the Seder, Passover meal. Mm-hmm. Judd Hirsch coming in as
Dewey.
Yeah, as Howard's father-in-law. Mm-hmm. And also, big surprise, Arno's at the Seder.
Yeah.
Is he part of the family?
He's part of the family.
I was so confused the first time I saw this because I was like, wait, did they mention that? They don't. Yeah. It's such a good reveal. How Arno's just sitting across the table from Howard, just giving him just such dirty looks.
Right. And it also makes sense because earlier when they were the car scene, he kept saying Arno. Like he was just trying to be like, hey, I know you. He was trying to make that personal connection with him.
And Arno was like, don't say my fucking name.
Yeah, and it's because they're family.
Right.
Yeah. And
that's how Arno heard that Howard was resurfacing his pool. Yeah. He knows Howard has money.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what? I've never resurfaced anything. Howard's on his phone. He gets texted a link from Julia. It's when Howard's through the smoothie interface, he said, "That's it. Get your shit out of my apartment.
Yeah,
I don't want to see you anymore."
Yeah, he spills a drink on her and kicks her out.
Yeah, so he gets a texted a link from Julia. It's pictures of the empty apartment on Zillow, like she's gonna be selling it or something.
Yeah.
Then he's got to read out the plagues.
That's what that is? With the finger dipping?
Yeah, you read the 10 plagues, and you dip your fingers in the wine, a drop of wine for each of the 10 plagues. So it's good if you're going to pick a part of the Seder to talk about. It's like the play thing where it relates to the rest of the movie. This is all the events of this movie are set in motion because of the ills of society. So let's go over them. Now they're watching basketball, and Garnett, without the opal, is having a real bad game.
Yeah.
It was his good luck charm, and now he's without it.
Yeah, that drive is gone.
Judd Hirsch is complaining about Arno, who we learn is a non-Jewish son-in-law to Judd Hirsch.
Yeah,
and not a very welcome part of the family.
He said, "You see that guy over there? You know what he said to me? He said, happy holiday to me.
Happy holidays.
It's Christmas."
We get a scene with Howard going into the bathroom. And when he leaves the room, Arno's there just waiting for the bathroom.
Yeah.
And it's like this interaction where like Howard now, because I guess it's his family and Arno's the outsider, he has the power between the two of them. He says, "Oh, you're not so strong without your goons, huh?"
Does he tap him on the cheek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he calls Arno a pussy.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What the fuck, shit. Arno? Can we just talk? And Arno's like, "No, don't talk to me."
Yeah. They're having a good night. Everything's going so well. And Howard is enjoying the family time. And so he goes to his wife and it's just like, I know we said we were going to do it here, but how about we not? In fact, how about we don't do it at all and give it another go?
Yeah, she is trying on her old bat mitzvah dress that she still fits. She just looks ridiculous.
Short little pink dress.
But yeah, he's like trying to sell her on staying with the marriage. Of course, because he just shunned Julia out of his life. So now he's like, it's like he treats his personal relationships the same way he treats his business dealings. Yeah. He's
from
like
one to the next, from one to the next, from one to the next, back and forth, back and forth.
It's like, come on, what do you think? Say yes. What do you think?
No, she pretty much laughs in his face, and it's just like, I hate your face. I hate everything about you. Like, no, are you crazy?
She says, if I had my way, I'd never see you again.
Yeah, she meant that shit, and somehow it leads to him being like, "I'll let you punch me in my face" or something. And so she like jumps at him like she's going to do it, but she doesn't actually do it. They kind of just have a good laugh at that moment.
Right.
And then that situation is broke up because all the women that are in the house, they come in there and just like, "Oh my God, you're still fitting your dress." And it's like that moment. Yeah.
Now they're on the way home, but Howard's going a different way. He says the tunnel has less traffic than the bridge. Very New York thing.
Yeah.
But it's really that he wants to stop at his apartment.
Yeah. And he's really hoping that Julia's really not there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. This part, I'm not sure about what he's expecting to see in the apartment. Is he expecting it to be empty?
I
Based
think
on
so, because
the
he kept
pictures
looking
he was sent?
at the clock.
Right.
He kept looking at the time, like he was timing her. Like, I hope she's out. I hope I gave her enough time to get out of there.
Well, his son's got to take a shit.
Yeah.
So he's got to go up to the apartment with him.
Mm-hmm.
But Howard doesn't want him in the apartment because there's proof there of his mistress that
there's a risk there.
Is a secret from his children.
Mm-hmm.
So he knocks on his neighbor's door.
Yeah, he's just the
father from Good Times.
Yeah, John Amos is there.
John Amos. I love it. It's like the third person now who's playing themselves in the
just
movie.
Another New York resident.
But yeah, he's just a guy that lives in the apartment complex. But he's doesn't let his son use that bathroom. So he goes to another neighbor, lies to him, says the son's just going to go number one, even though we know he's going to shit.
Yeah.
And Howard goes into the apartment. And we see that Julia cleaned her stuff out.
Yeah.
Her stuff's gone. We see the empty hangers. And we see a note that says, like, I genuinely wish the best for you.
And there's, like, this sad heartbreak song playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's in the clear, right? You think he made it through?
Nope.
Unscathed.
Nope.
But no.
The son finds out about the mistress anyway, because the guy whose apartment he's quote-unquote peeing in mentioned that there's a girl that's always at the apartment and that she's really hot. But Howard says, never mention that to anyone. Yeah.
And the son, you just look at the son's face and he's just put in this awkward situation.
Yep.
Because he probably, he idolizes his dad. Mm-hmm. He wants to be like his dad, but also, he probably spends most of his time with his mother.
Right.
Yeah. So he's just, yeah.
Now it's the next day. They're at Adley's, the auction house. And the opal has been reappraised, not for millions of dollars, but for only $150,000. Yeah. And Howard's not happy about that.
Yes.
So he's very rude to the woman at the desk.
Yeah.
Makes her get Anne on the phone, Tilda. He's trying to get it reappraised or to get the reappraisal taken out. They inserted the correction into the brochures. And then he does this thing where he lies to the woman at the desk about what the conversation was. Yeah. Okay, she said we have to take all these out. Yeah. But then he gives up on it as soon as his father-in-law comes in.
Yeah. Because she also goes back and is right. Actually, I'm going to ask her to make sure.
No, she says, oh, I'm just calling about a different thing.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
But clearly she's trying to get the info because she's not stupid.
And he's so intense.
But then he immediately drops it when Judd Hirsch comes in.
Yeah. New plan.
They had mentioned before that Garnett's going to be at the auction. Mm-hmm. So I guess it's his nephew?
Gooey?
Yeah, who's the guy with him though? The kid
sure.
who just wants signatures. I think it's his son.
Okay.
I guess that wouldn't be nephew. That would be brother-in-law. No, I don't know. But yeah, so his father-in-law shows up, so the guy can meet Garnett, and now Howard asks him to jack up the bids. That's his new plan, to get the most money out of this opal as he can. Mm-hmm. And he does it for him. Yeah. Arno shows up to the auction, standing in the back just watching.
Yeah, it's all these components are happening to make every scene so intense, right? So you have Arno walk in, and then you have the bid starting and him looking over at Gooey every time, being yeah, do it. And Arno just watching this go down.
Mm-hmm. Garnett and Gooey go back and forth with their bids for a little bit, but Garnett doesn't go over Gooey's bid of $190,000.
Yeah.
Howard really wanted it to get to at least $200,000. Mm-hmm. But no, his father-in-law ends up having to buy the opal.
Yeah, the worst situation, the worst outcome of that situation happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Walks Gooey to the car. manages to get the opal back that he just spent $190,000 on. Mm-hmm. But he says, no, I need this back so I can now go and sell it to Garnett.
Yeah. He's going to pay him back. It's just going to take him some time, but there's a bonus of $38,000 in it for him. So he gets that 190 plus 38.
Yeah. Once he gets Gooey in the car and the door closed, there's just this brief moment where he just treats the driver like complete shit. Mm-hmm. And it's just any opportunity he gets, he just treats someone that's just doing the job just like garbage. Mm-hmm. It's like, what are you doing? Drive. Get him out of here. Yeah. But it's mostly like he wants him out of there because Arno's outside waiting with his goons and he knows shit's going to happen and he doesn't want him to see. Yeah. So he's talking to Arno and Phil and the other goons and he fakes a phone call. He says, it's fine. I'm going to call Garnett right now. You saw him in there. He wants the opal. But Arno just grabs the phone and is like, hello? Hello? There's no one fucking on here. Yeah. So he gets hit in the throat. Yeah. Beat up and thrown in a fountain.
Yeah. He like chases them down. You think after a throat chop, you would just be like, okay, well, I'm just going to take my opal and walk the other way.
He doesn't quit.
He wants it. He needs it. He's glutton for punishment and just this manic lifestyle that he lives. So yeah, he gets beat up.
Yeah, now he's back at his office with a napkin in his or paper towel in his nose.
Yeah, he's definitely dressed up. It's more of a look. You know, he wants. I feel like when he goes into his office, he knows Julia is gonna be there, so he's just like, how can I look worse? Because he probably thinks knows her reaction is gonna be what it is, which is to coddle him.
I think he was also beat up pretty bad though.
Yeah,
I don't know that he was exaggerating.
It was. I feel like at a certain point I started to think okay, so how are the wheels turning in this machine? Is he planning this? He broke up with her and now he's gonna get her back. Was this a move forward and a move back for him? Right. You know what I mean?
We get a brief shot of Nemo in the glass on the desk, now dead, of course, because Howard just left him there. He has so many plates spinning, he can't take care of fish. And yeah, he tells everyone to leave. Mm-hmm. He says, I don't want to work today, get everyone out of the office. They all leave. Julia comes back to the office, and she's got something to show Howard.
Yeah.
She feels so bad about everything that happened.
Yeah, she's the one that's sorry.
Right. She shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's apologizing and she shows that she got his name tattooed on her.
Yeah, right on her ass.
To show her devotion to him.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's real.
Yeah. And they cry together, they're coming together and it's a rekindling of sorts, in desperate times.
And he gets a call from Garnett's rep. Apparently they're at the bank.
Yeah.
They got his message. They're getting $175,000 in cash again. Mm-hmm. They're gonna finally sell the opal.
Yeah, everything is back in motion. And you know what? This is why I say he dressed himself up to get that reaction out of her. Because when everything goes back to the plan is back in motion, he's in his shades, the tissue are out of his nose, he looks fine. Everything is back to normal. The game is back on.
Yeah, right. So yeah, Garnett comes and Garnett wants to have a little talk with him first.
Yeah.
Cause Garnett's pissed off. What, you gave me the runaround. You had your guy bid against me at the auction. What the fuck?
Calls him out. Yeah.
They make the sale. Once they make the sale, Garnett says, now tell me, for real, how much did you pay for this?
Yeah.
We find out he bought it for $100,000.
Yeah. But he wanted $1 million.
But he thought it was worth $1 million.
Yeah.
Garnett thinks it's fucked up that he took advantage of the miners who got it for him, who did the work.
Right.
But Howard says, no, yeah, they did their work. I did my work. This is how I win. This is you playing basketball.
This is one of my favorite scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Just because the way Adam delivers it, and he's just when you're playing out there on the court, do you want to win by 2 or do you want to by 30? You know what I mean? I want to crush, I want to win, I want to demolish, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so he's saying this and he's also amping KG up. You know what I mean? And then he has it's so beautiful, the hypeness that's happening and the synths that are playing. And then there's this moment where he pauses and then he's just let's bet it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he's giving himself the pep talk.
Yeah.
He was buying his own shit is what was happening.
Yeah.
He says, fuck it. Because now he's got this money instead of paying back Arno and still having $75,000, right? Or 70, yeah. Because he only owed $100,000.
Yeah, he would still have money.
But no, he can't. He's got to keep going.
He's got
the money in his possession, so he's got to, fuck it, let's make this bet.
Yeah.
Puts it in the bag, writes his bet down on a post-it note. Arno and his goons show up.
Yeah. Also, the other non-threatening guy that he owes money to is there as well.
Yeah, they're keeping him in the back, saying, don't even let that fucking guy in.
Yeah.
He's there with the watch.
Yeah.
They found out was fake. He calls Julia. He says, come back here.
Yeah.
No, he actually says, go next door.
Yeah, and go
out
to
the window.
Yeah. He does this in front of KG. KG can see how fucking crazy he is. And so, Julia excuses herself, goes next door to the next jeweler, goes outside and grabs the bag of money. Right? She's off to Mohican Sun Casino. Where's Mohican Sun? Is that in New York? Is a Mohican Sun in New York? Or does she have to fly to Vegas?
Was it AC maybe? I don't know.
AC would make more sense.
Yeah. Not sure. I love the shot of them both standing, leaning out the windows. It's from outside we see, and the exchange passing the money over.
Yeah.
And then he had called Arno and said, it's for real, I got the money, come down. So they're down. But of course now he already gave away the money.
Yeah. For the second time. This is the second time he did this.
They're beating him up. They're telling him to get on the phone.
Yeah, it's getting
Julia
serious.
to come.
Yeah, they hang him out the window.
They send two of their guys out to try to follow Julia.
Yeah.
So now it's just Arno, Phil, and one of the other goons.
Yeah.
Howard won't cancel the bet. He's starting to write the number down, but he can't bring himself to do it.
Yeah, he can't hit that last button. And he's like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. After they just hung him out of the window.
So they're trying to leave because they see on the computer that Julia's on her way to Mohegan Sun. So they're like, all right, let's go there.
Yeah.
But they get through the one door.
Yeah.
And the thing, I don't know what it was, the little metal piece that Howard used to...
It's like a chisel.
Yeah, the chisel he used to jam in the door to get it to work. When KG and Damani were stuck in it, it falls out.
Yeah.
And you get the close-up on the chisel just on the ground. And it makes the clink.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's also it's kind of like the light bulb going off almost. It's like he got lucky that this happened. And he sees this opportunity. They're behind bulletproof glass, stuck.
Yeah.
The game's about to start.
Yep. And
they canceled the last bet.
Yeah.
He doesn't want that to happen again.
So he's like, I'm sorry, guys. I can't let you out. I can't let you stop this. So they're pretty much stuck in the box.
Phil's got his gun. He's about to shoot it, but Howard's like, you're just going to hurt yourself. It's bulletproof.
Yeah.
And the game begins. It's game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals 2012.
Julia gets there. She makes the bet. I love it when she just dumps the money out.
It's a lot of money.
Because the lady still is like, so how much do you want to bet? And Julia's like, I don't know. And then she just dumps the bag out. And then she has to call back up to count the money.
When Julia was on her way there on the helicopter on Blade, which I guess is Uber for helicopters.
Oh, man.
Wayne, this pretty gross billionaire, is in the ride with her. I guess it was a
share,
a Blade share, yeah. And he's hitting on her, and later invites her up to his penthouse.
one of the minor characters describes him as a cartoon character, and I would say that's accurate.
Yeah.
Like there are people that look like this out in the world, and it's just like, yeah. He has he almost looks like Elvis in disguise.
Oh, I think he looks kind of like Mickey Rourke.
Kind of, yes. Yes.
So yeah, now it's game 7. I'm glad that I didn't know that, the outcome of this game. Mm-hmm. I'm sure some people watching it remember what happened, but I think it helps the dramatic tension to have no idea.
Yeah.
So it's a complicated bet with more of those lightning points. It relies on how many rebounds and points and the tip off. Garnett gets the first tip.
Yeah, which is a lot of money. He put a lot of money on that tip.
It's working out. I don't have many notes about the details of the game until the end of it. Do you have?
Yeah, me neither. Arno is starting to get into it. He's starting to pay attention. And the game is so close point-wise that you start to get worried that this is going to crumble right in front of him.
Right, it could go either way.
Yeah, it could go either way at some point. They're both at 70 or something. Mm-hmm. They're both in the 70. It's a real tight game.
Yeah, Sandler's performance of Howard watching the game is so... it's just wild. He's got the TV out. He's hitting the LCD screen and kissing it when it's a close up on Garnett
he's doing that thing he was doing earlier, but the stakes are even higher this time.
Yeah,
because the guys are in a box with a gun right in front of him.
Julia recognizes the goons that are now at Mohegan Sun. Mm-hmm. So she sneaks away, and gets up to the penthouse.
Yeah, she uses the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he decides to take a shower.
Yeah.
So she's just got the game on. She's really into it. Mm-hmm. We get a short scene, I guess during halftime, of KG in the locker room, just staring at the opal. Mm-hmm. Just really getting into it, feeling it. And then it gets to a point where Garnett needs one more point or rebound. Mm-hmm. And he's shooting free throws.
Yeah.
Very dramatic.
Yeah, he misses the first shot.
He misses the first one.
But, yeah.
But he gets the second.
Yeah. And that's it.
And now the Celtics just need to win the game.
Yeah.
And there's 45 seconds left, and they're up by 8 points or something. Mm-hmm. And it happens.
Yeah.
They win. The bet, it paid off.
Thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a sigh of relief.
Oh, yeah. He calls Julia. He's running around in circles, repeating, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And she's celebrating. Yeah. And the guys in the man trap are just happy that it's over.
Yeah, they start to stand up.
Okay, we're done now. You can let us out.
Mm-hmm.
So he buzzes them out.
Yeah.
Buzzes them in, actually.
Yeah, he buzzes them in.
He should have buzzed them out.
Yeah, he should have buzzed them out.
Because immediately buzzes them in. Phil's got his gun. Shoots Howard in the face.
Yeah.
Howard collapses. I love this camera movement. It just shoots, as the shot happens, the gunshot, the camera shoots upwards, and we see Howard's body in the reflection, and it's kind of distorted, and yeah,
it happens so quick. A gunshot to the head is just so I don't know, what's the word? Thrilling because it happens so quickly because there's no coming back from it. Right. It's kind of like that scene in Departed, where Leo gets shot in the head and you're just wait, what? And that's it. That's it for his character. There's no more. It's not a wound.
Yeah.
It's a shot to the head.
Right.
So yeah, he's done. He's down.
Arnold's why the fuck did you do that? The bet paid off because by this point at the end of the game, Arnold's kind of buying into Howard's shit. Because it worked. Yeah, the bet worked.
They got their money, and also when they went to go hang him out the window the first time, that was the first time that you can see concern on Arnold's face for Howard.
Yeah, I really, this is, Eric Bogosian is the actor that plays Arno. I really like his performance in this. I've seen him in some other stuff on TV in, Billions and on Succession.
Mm-hmm.
Both two different characters. He's a good actor,
Yeah, he's really good.
He plays Arno really well.
Yeah.
And the guy that plays Phil is great too. You can just tell that guy's trouble. It's not really surprising when it is, but also it makes sense. At one point when they were watching the game, Howard was talking shit on Phil because apparently he's from Boston.
Yeah.
He was like pointing to some overweight guy in the stands, says this is one of your family members, right?
Mm-hmm. Arno becomes hostage as well. Right? He becomes the opposed as well. Julia, on the other hand, she's smart. She's a smart girl. She knows she's being followed.
Mm-hmm.
She also knows that she can't collect the money.
Right.
So again, she uses that man
Wayne.
That's been hitting on her to grab the money for her.
Yeah, he's real smart.
2 bags of money.
Phil and his partner start robbing the store.
Yeah.
And Arno's resisting, and Arno gets shot too.
Yeah, he gets shot in the head as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we zoom into Howard's bullet hole.
Yeah.
And it's a whole galaxy again.
Yeah.
End credits.
It ends like it begins.
Yeah. The only 2 moments where Howard has any sign of chill is in the very beginning when he's on anesthesia, then the very end when he's dead. He's just non-stop otherwise.
Yeah. Even him dying is a bit of relief. It's a bit like you can breathe. I remember when I first watched it, I was kind of just like, yeah, that makes sense. Like it kind of had to go that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was kind of like the perfect ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what does he do? He takes that money and then he makes a bigger bet.
Right. The Celtics are now advancing to the finals.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
he knows KG still got the opal, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the Celtics won that year.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I should know. I'm a fan.
You are?
Yeah, I'm a Celtics fan.
I didn't know you were into basketball in any way.
I'm kinda. I'm like half in, half
I've never
out.
seen you watching basketball.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of like picked a team when I was younger, and so I kind of like stick with them, and so I follow them. I follow their stats and stuff, but like I don't really watch it. Why Boston? I don't know. I was really young. All my friends were into basketball. They were like Kobe Bryant and like Laker fans, and
really?
so
Not
I'm
Nets?
Huh?
I would have think Nets.
Nets because of Jersey?
Yeah.
Nah, I was just like Celtics. I was just like, and also probably because of the color green, like very superficial. And then like once I made that choice, I started like really getting into them and being like, oh, I like Paul Pierce. I like Rajon Rondo. And then they got the big 3 with Ray Allen.
Okay, you're kind of a basketball fan. I got you.
Just a little bit.
Learning a little bit about you here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean,
Uncut Gems.
perfect ending to this story, to this character. I mean, he was just so manic that death was like the only way out. It was the only solution.
It wasn't going to be the colon cancer.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be the colon cancer that took him out.
It's Phil.
Yeah. Phil who kills him and takes chump change compared to what he won. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, that jewelry, whatever they took, doesn't equal to the amount of money that he won that night.
Plus, he's going to have to, like, find a fence to sell the jewelry to get any money from it.
Yeah.
I honestly, and I'm not someone that is rooting for sequels to movies like this. It doesn't really feel like a franchise film. Right. I feel like there's more to Julia's story. She gets off with the money.
She gets off with the money.
She doesn't know what's going. Oh, I forgot to mention. We see Dina calls the police. So the police are on their way.
Yeah, she's worried
because she's worried because her husband was naked in the trunk. So yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't mind a sequel centered on Julia.
Right.
I mean, I maybe would. I don't know.
It's like, what does she do with all that money?
I've just been watching a lot of Coen Brothers stuff, and there's always like large sums of money that people get that get them into trouble.
Right. Is she gonna get into betting or what? Like, how's that? Yeah.
I mean, she lost her love. We know she was in love with him.
Yeah.
We know it was genuine.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that she gets it at the end.
Yeah.
I guess.
She gets that money, yeah.
Yeah.
She wins.
All right. Is Uncut Gems a movie or a film?
It's a film.
You know, I was prepared to say movie before I rewatched it this fourth time. Mm-hmm. But I agree with you. It's a film.
Yeah. The Shafty brothers, they have such a style to them, right? They have such a style, not only visually, but also sonically.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see if they continue like the trend that they have set in their work. You know what I mean? And continue that path. But yeah, I think like their approach to this and to their past work makes this a film.
Yeah. So it's definitely got that nuance that you need to classify as a film. I think the depth is not readily apparent. I mean, I didn't fully catch everything till even this watch. Just the working around like all these people, just the problems with everyone trying to fuck each other over and place make up value on stuff, and it's just the world's so fucked up in the business, and and my mind always goes back to just the beginning with the miners yelling at the foreman about the boss that conditions are bad, but they're being exploited. Everyone's just exploited.
Yeah.
For the gain of others, and everything in the film points back to that.
Yeah,
it's the and even like the end credits when we go into the hole and it's the galaxy again. It's like the cosmic oneness of
everything,
the universe.
Yeah,
the gem or the bullet hole is the gem, is the colon, is Kevin Garnett. Is the miners. Yeah. Yeah. That's Uncut Gems.
That's Uncut Gems. It's dope. And it's really intense. I feel like when we were talking about it, I was just like, we're talking about it, but we're not really getting how intense some of these scenes are in this movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would recommend watching this movie and like put your phone down.
I think it's hard to have your phone out during it.
Yeah, you're definitely just like
it grabs you,
glued, like my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
It's like watching a train wreck or a car crash. Mm-hmm. Can't look away.
Yeah, a train you know is going to crash, and you're just like, let me watch how this happens. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and the way it happens is kind of perfect. The bet works out, but then he's shot.
Yeah, the price of victory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We're on social media at MovieFilm Pod, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We have a YouTube now.
Oh, yes, we do. We are all over the medias.
Yeah. We're on Gmail, moviefilmpod@gmail.com. Let us know how you're doing, what you're watching.
Yeah.
Let us know how you win. And we're doing more high stakes. We're gonna do a different kind of stakes.
Yeah, should we let them know what we're doing so they can watch it, or should we just surprise them?
We've never done that before.
No, because we never planned, but now we're planning things out. So
I like the surprise.
You like the surprise? Okay. Okay. So.
How about a hint, and then people can guess.
Okay.
People can give their guesses.
Okay. What's the hint? Okay. It's I feel like that's too much.
I don't know what you're going to say.
It's a game.
Yeah.
It's a game.
It's a different kind of game.
It's not
the Celtics.
Yes.
And the Sixers. It's something else. Mm-hmm. And the stakes are high.
Yes.
And you can listen to that next week on Film. It was a long one.
Yeah, it's a long one.
It was a long one.
Yeah, it's a long one.
It was a long one.
Yeah, it's a long one.
It was a long one.
Yeah, it's a long one.
It was a long one.